A very good day to sir. So now I'll be sharing on my lab assignment 2, which is my tutor website. So this is my login UI, and there is the login form for a user to key in their email and also password. So in order to went to the registration page, so user will need to click on the link, not yet registered, click me. So next we will be going to the registration page. So in the registration page, we have the header and also the registration form. So from here, I have implement for the show password function, which enable to show the password, which is invisible at first. So let's try to add one user in the database. So I'll be just choosing one of the example of picture. So it does shows in here, which is the image site. And now we're going to click on the register, and instead that I have to check the show password box in order to register. So perhaps need to look on code. So I'll be trying to refresh again and insert again for the data. So same here, we can click to show password. And also I did implement for a function that the re-enter password should be the same as the password. So let's try if it is different. So it shows that the localhost says password not matched. So let's try again. Number register. So the localhost will say on will ask on whether user wanted to proceed for the registration. So when user click on OK, so the registration successful stated here. After registration successful, the user will be sent back to the login form, and user will need to key in again for the email and also password in order to log into the dashboard for my tutor website. So now let's have a look on the database, whether the user, the information of the user have been saved in the database. So it is in the 15, number ID of 15, Molly. So this is for database. So let's have a look on folder where where the picture of the user will be saved in. So as we can see that we did implement in PHP for the function upload image that will be named as body ID. So the target directory is in the resource, image, and user. So the target bar, which is the target the name will be id.png. So it will based on the ID that is saved in the database. So for in the database, my ID number is actually auto increment. So whenever there is a user key in data, it will auto increment the ID number for that particular user. So for this case, I key in data for Molly and the user ID is 15. So in the directory, this is the picture or image that is uploaded for which name as 15. So next, I would like to show also my function. So first is that I did implement the function for the show pass, the checkbox show pass, which I wrote the script here in the body of HTML. So I stated the function name show pass and var f is equal to the document get element by ID, my password, which is get data here, retrieve data here. So I agree that if x type is equal to password, which is this, so it will be when the checkbox is on click, it will return back the text. If the checkbox is not on click, so it will remain the same as password, which is in a invisible type. So besides, I did do also for the password the isMatch function, which is to make sure that the password and the re-enter password input text is the same value. So create variable password and also the repass, which means the re-enter password. So if password is not equal to repass, so there will be the alert message say that password not matched. So it will return false, or else it will return true. Besides, I did implement also for the function disable button, which I name it the constant button equals to the document dot element by ID register. So if this match function return false, the button dot disable will be true, else the button dot disable will equals to false. So this function disable button I implement and I use it that the input class here, which is a submit type input. So here I implement on click return disable button. So let's have a look on the demo on how the function works. So show password, we did show for the password from the invisible to visible, which is the password type, to text type. So we enter again the password by entering the wrong password. So it will say that localhost says password not matched. So if we already done for the filling form and also for the image as well. And the user just click on register by just ignoring the alert message just now. It listed also password not matched. So the form will directly disable the button for register. So in order to enable that, user need to refresh for the page and key in again for the data. So that's how the function works. Besides, I did implement also by providing the slideshow background by using the CSS of ID equals to slideshow background. And we have the width 100%, which wanted to display the image in full screen mode and also height in 100 pH. And we set it the opacity to 0.8 in order to let user more focusing on the registration form. So we did do some modification on the position, size, and the repeating visibility. And also we did do for the animation slideshow. So for the animation timing function, which is the slide animation, we set it to the is in and out. So this is all the image that is used for the slideshow background. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.